Nine, 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 nine. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Good morning. So I don't remember who it was who told me, but I was on a subway. Somebody sneezed on the subway, and I said, "God bless you." And I don't remember who said it to me, but somebody remarked to me that maybe that person doesn't believe in God. And therefore, you shouldn't say, "God bless you." And that, I think, was the first opportunity I had to realize that there are different types of people in the world who believe different things and don't believe some of the things that I do. And so the phrase turned quickly from "God bless you" to "bless you." No, not Gesundheit. I was pretty sure they didn't know Gesundheit. But sometimes people say "labriut" or "libriut," which means "to your health." But then again, not many people here in this country would probably know that as well. So, of course, it was reduced to "bless you," which is very, very different than some of my Christian colleagues who often say to me, "May you have a blessed day." They sound very different. "Bless you" and "may you have a blessed day" have a very different connotation to them. But this idea that we should have the opportunity in our life to be blessed is quite remarkable. This idea that somebody else has the capacity to offer you something that's abstract, something that is something that we can feel but not necessarily see or touch. A sense of being blessed doesn't necessarily always bring with it some material gain. It could be just a sense of feeling better about who we are. This morning's parsha, it says, "Daber el Aaron el banav lemor ko tivarchu et bnei Yisrael amor lahem." God says to Moses, "Speak to Aaron and his sons and tell them to bless the people of Israel." And then it goes on to the very famous Birkat Kohanim that we often say, "Yisa brachat, Yisa Adonai et panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom," that results in the blessing of peace for the world. But what do the very blessings throughout the Torah come to teach us? And who are the people that bless us in our lives? That's left open. Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu mitchila ani hayiti mevarech et biryotav. At the very beginning, Midrash Tanchuma teaches that God really wanted to bless everybody. It wasn't just unique to the Jewish people that we may have been chosen for a purpose, but we're not more blessed than any others. Amar Knesset Yisrael lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu Ribono she'olam lekohanim ata omer shivarchu otanu. Is it possible, say the Jewish people, that just the priests are supposed to bless us? It's a question that's brought up many times. Are there other people in life that can bless us that are not the Kohanim, that are not the priests? You know of the custom where the Kohanim would come to the front of the bima on the Shalosh Regalim, on the 3 pilgrimage holidays here in the diaspora. Every Shabbos in Israel, every Monday, Thursday in Jerusalem. A custom that we no longer have in this congregation. The idea that just the Kohanim can bless us. So Rabbeinu Asher, Yaakov ben Asher rather, the author of the tour says, "B'ma'amad hahu b'nei Yosef v'archu otam ke'Ephraim v'Chimnasha." Don't you remember the story of Jacob blessing his grandchildren Ephraim and Manasseh? It's clear to the Torah that everybody has a blessing to offer other people. It's not just for the Kohanim to bless, but that everybody has a blessing to give. I just want to teach you 2 stories that you remember, I'm sure, from the book of Genesis. There's, of course, the moment where God approaches Abraham and he says, Vayomer Adonai el Avram, lech lecha me'artzecha mi'moladetcha mi'beit avicha la'aretz asher ani arecha. Go forth from the land you know, the land from which you were born, and go out into the world, ve'aseh lecha goy gadol ve'avarcha ve'agadlach shemech. And God says that if you do this, I'm going to make you a great nation, I'm going to bless you. And then he says, ve'avarcha mivarechecha. And I'm going to bless those people who bless you. Again, we go back to the initial proposition that God's blessing is for all people, not just the Jewish people. It may come forth from us. We may have a blessing to give to the world, but it's only because God has that blessing for us that we will transfer to the other people of the world. But then there's one more story in Genesis I'm sure you remember that is remarkable. Vayomer Yaakov el Yosef el Shaddai nireh alai baluz. Yaakov has this difficult night, and he is wrestling, and he is in battle with an angel. And then he says to this angel, just as the battle is about to conclude, Vayomer shlacheni ki Allah shachar. And the angel says to him, you got to let me go. It's almost morning. We've been wrestling all night. Vayomer lo eshlechacha ki im berechtani. I'm not going to let you go until you give me a blessing. It's a remarkable scenario. He says to the angel, I can't let you go until you bless me. How many times have we sat on the deathbed of a loved one and we've said to them, I need something from you to go on when you're gone. I can't let you go until you give me that blessing. So often in life, we seek out the blessings of people. And maybe we don't seek it out strong enough. Maybe we have to be more like Yaakov and demand the blessing. The truth is, we all have so much to give to each other in encouragement, in support, in love. And yet we withhold those blessings. We withhold those gifts. We have countless times in the Torah that teach us about the necessity to bless the world. The prophet Isaiah, time and time again, teaches us that we're supposed to go out into the world and we're supposed to teach them. You know the very famous phrase, Lo yisa goy el goy cherev v'lo yilmedu od milchama. The prophet Isaiah teaches us that the blessing of the Jews to the world is to teach that we don't have to take up arms. We have to learn to get along. That the Jewish people are an or lagoyim, a light unto the nations, says the prophet Isaiah, but only if we're teaching them of the blessings that we have to give. This morning's parsha has within it this Birkat Kohanim. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless us and keep us. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. Let us see God's face so that God's countenance gives us a sense of purpose and love. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. So that we bring peace to the world. A world in desperate need of greater peace and harmony. This morning offers us an opportunity to ask our question, what is your wish for the next generation? What is your blessing to the next generation? Do you feel confident in your ability to offer that blessing and know that we have a responsibility to extract that blessing from those who surround us? This morning's parsha offers us this question of what are the blessings we want to give? What are the messages, the lessons we want to teach? In what ways can we make this world smaller because of the blessings that we give rather than more distant from each other? There are so many stories of blessings in the Torah. I believe that there are many more stories of blessings in our own lives. Take a moment to imagine and remember those moments in which you felt blessed by another. Take a moment to imagine what that feeling was in that moment of being touched by another person in a profound, deep, and meaningful way. And then use that as an opportunity to find the courage to bless others. Shabbat Shalom. We continue with Musaf, page 184. We begin with the Chatzi Kaddish. Please rise in the middle of the page.